Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're tuning into the world of the Urdu language.
Right. It's the national language of Pakistan and also one of India's official languages. So
Yeah.
hugely significant globally.
Exactly. But what's really quite striking, and you pointed this out from the sources, is the situation in Pakistan itself.
Yeah, it's fascinating. While it is the national language, for something like 93% of the people there, it's actually their second language.
93%. That's huge. It really makes you think about its role as a kind of bridge language within the country.
Yeah, absolutely. It connects diverse linguistic groups.
And that sort of sets the stage for what we're doing today, which is digging into the international reach of Urdu broadcasting based on the info you've gathered.
We're basically mapping out who's broadcasting in Urdu from where.
All right.
And, well, presumably to South Asia, primarily, judging by the details.
Precisely. Our mission is to see just how wide this global net of Urdu voices actually is. Let's dive in. Where do we start geographically? Australia.
Sounds good. Let's start down under. We've got Reach Beyond Australia. It's noted as a religious broadcaster.
Okay, reach beyond Australia. And they're targeting South Asia.
Yes, specifically South Asia. They broadcast in Urdu on Mondays and Saturdays.
Specific days. Do we have times?
We do. It's a short slot, 1345 to 1400 UTC. And the frequency is 1100 kilohertz, which is shortwave.
Shortwave, right. Good for long distances. Okay, so that's Australia. Moving on, China seems like a major player here.
Oh, definitely. CRI, China Radio International, that's a government broadcaster. They have a really extensive schedule for South Asia in Urdu.
Extensive how? Like multiple slots?
Yeah, multiple daily slots. First, there's EO 100 to 0200 UTC every day on 7200, 240, and 900 and 695 kilohertz.
Okay, daily hour early in the UTC day.
Then immediately after, another hour.
Okay.
0200 to 0300 UTC, also daily, on 9450 and 11650 kilohertz.
Wow, okay. 2 hours back to back there.
And there's more later in the day, 1400 to 1500 UTC daily using 9800 and 1060 kilohertz.
Still going. All shortwave so far.
Mostly, but interestingly, they also use medium wave, 422 kilohertz.
Medium wave. Different reach.
Right, and that's for 2 hours daily, 1400 to 1600 UTC.
So that overlaps with one of the shortwave slots.
It does. And then there's another daily hour, 1500 to 1600 UTC, back on shortwave, 7285 and 900 and 530.05 kilohertz.
Goodness. That's a lot of Urdu broadcasting just from CRI. Shows a real commitment, doesn't it?
It really does. A significant amount of airtime dedicated to Urdu for South Asia.
Okay, let's shift focus now. What about India itself? Any Urdu broadcasts listed?
Yes, Akashvani. That's the public broadcaster in India. They also broadcast daily in Urdu towards South Asia.
And how are they doing it? Shortwave? Medium wave?
Our sources say medium wave for Akashvani, specifically 1071 kilohertz.
Medium wave suggests maybe more regional reach within South Asia?
Probably, yeah. And they have 3 distinct time blocks.
3 blocks. Okay, what are they?
First one is quite long, 0400 to 0745 UTC. Then there's a mid-morning slot, 0930 to 1130 UTC. Right. And a final long evening block from 1545 all the way to 1930 UTC.
Very comprehensive coverage throughout the day then on medium wave from India.
Okay, moving westwards now. How about Iran?
Yes, Iran's on the list. Voice of the Islamic Republic of Iran, another government broadcaster.
Okay, and are they also targeting South Asia?
They are. Daily transmissions listed, also on medium wave.
Medium wave again. Frequencies?
2 are listed, 765 and 1098 kilohertz.
Got it. And the times?
2 slots here as well. An early one, 0120 to 0220 UTC, and another later in the day, 1520 to 1620 UTC. Okay, so Iran's also active using medium wave, likely for that closer regional audience.
Seems to be the pattern for some of these. Now, Japan is next, and this one has a interesting twist.
Japan's NHK World Radio, the public broadcaster. What's the twist?
Well, they have daily Urdu broadcasts for South Asia, yes. One is shortwave, 1600 1620 UTC on 900 and 440 kilohertz. Pretty standard.
Okay.
But their other broadcast, 1700 1720 UTC, is on medium wave, 1251 kilohertz.
Right.
But it's relayed via Dushanbe into Tajikistan.
Via Tajikistan. So NHK Japan is broadcasting Urdu using a transmitter in Tajikistan to reach South Asia.
Exactly. It's quite a strategic setup, isn't it? Using infrastructure in another country to get the signal where they want it.
That really is interesting. Shows the logistical effort involved. Okay, who's next? Kuwait.
Yep. Radio Kuwait, government broadcaster.
And their details.
Daily Urdu broadcast to South Asia. It's a 2-hour slot, 1600 to 1800 UTC.
Frequency.
Shortwave, 100 540 kilohertz. There's a little I next to it in the notes.
Nice. Any idea what that means?
Not specified in our source material, unfortunately. Could be transmitter info or maybe indicate something irregular, but we don't know for sure.
Okay, noted. Moving on to Singapore. Looks like another significant hub.
Yeah, TWR Transworld Radio Asia. This one's a religious broadcaster, like Reach Beyond Australia, and they have quite a few transmissions.
Multiple slots again, using different locations perhaps.
Yes, exactly. They use medium wave 1467 kilohertz, but it's transmitted via Kyrgyzstan.
Via Kyrgyzstan this time. Okay, another relay point. What are the times for that one?
Several slots on that frequency via Kyrgyzstan. 1330, 1400 UTC, Monday to Saturday. Then 1400, 1430 UTC, but only Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Bit more specific there.
And a shorter one, 1430, 1445 UTC, just Sundays and Mondays.
Right.
But wait, there's more from TWR. They also use shortwave, 150, 440 kilohertz, relayed via Madagascar.
Madagascar now. Wow. Okay, times for that.
That one's daily, 1430 to 1500 UTC.
Okay.
And finally, one more daily slot back in the medium wave, 1467 kilohertz via Kyrgyzstan from 1445 to 1500 UTC.
Good grief. TWR is really covering its bases, different days, different times, different relay points, medium wave, short wave. Quite the complex strategy.
It certainly suggests a very deliberate approach to reaching different segments of the audience, perhaps.
Must be. Okay, nearly through the list. How about Turkey?
Voice of Turkey, or VOAT, public broadcaster. They're in the mix, too.
Daily broadcast.
Yes, daily Urdu service to South Asia. It's an hour long, 1200 to 1300 UTC.
And the frequency?
Shortwave, 1700, 580 kilohertz.
Okay, so Turkey adding its voice. And finally, the United States.
Yes, FBC International, another religious broadcaster listed here.
FEBC. And are they also using relays?
They are. Their Urdu broadcasts to South Asia come via Dabaya in the UAE.
UAE this time. Seems like using third country transmitters is quite common for reaching South Asia.
It certainly seems that way based on these examples. FEBC has 2 daily slots listed on 900, 540 kilohertz, both via UAE.
What are the times?
First is 0200 to 0215 UTC, Italy.
Certainly.
And the second is immediately after 0215 to 023 Euro UTC, but this one's only listed for Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Right. So another example of strategic placement and timing.
Absolutely.
So looking back at this whole list, it's quite something. We've got government broadcasters, public ones, religious organizations, all transmitting in Urdu to South Asia.
It's a real mix of voices and sources. And the use of different frequencies is also telling, isn't it?
You mean the shortwave versus medium wave?
Exactly. Shortwaves, bounces off the ionosphere, travels huge distances, perfect for international reach, like from China or the US or Japan reaching South Asia.
Like skipping a signal across the globe?
Pretty much. But then you have medium wave used by India, Iran, and also those TWR relays via Kyrgyzstan. That generally suggests a focus on, let's say, more regional coverage, either within South Asia or areas closer to the transmitter.
Right, different tools for different ranges. Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive then, the main takeaway seems crystal clear.
Yeah, Urdu has a really significant presence on the international airwaves. Loads of countries, different kinds of broadcasters, all beaming content towards South Asia.
It does make you wonder, though, and this is maybe a final thought for our listeners.
Go on.
Well, remembering that fact we started with, that Urdu is mostly a second language in Pakistan. What does all this international broadcasting mean?
That's a great question. Is it about the language itself having this global pull? Or is it more about the specific messages, political, cultural, religious, that these broadcasters want to get across to Urdu speakers?
Right. What's the motivation behind such extensive efforts? It's definitely something to ponder.
For sure. And, if people wanted to dig deeper, looking into the actual content of these broadcasts would be the next step.
Or even why certain relay stations like Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, UAE, or Madagascar are chosen. There's probably a whole other layer of strategy there.
Absolutely. Lots more to potentially uncover.
Indeed. Well, thanks for joining us on this exploration of Urdu on the airwaves.